Way, hopefully for the final time we're doing this. We got Johnny and me up in the booth as we're getting ready to start the Indy. What?
Saying hey now.
Hey now.
Everybody know I'm here.
Yeah. As we're getting ready for the Indy 500, I still don't know what people are doing. Man. At least we got cars rolling here at Speedway, Indiana. Don't understand how, because I checked the game room and there's no way you're hearing anybody in there. Just don't understand what's going on. But as we're setting up for the 3 wide to come down to the yard of bricks, everyone's getting 3 wide.
Yep, looks like they're all getting ready to roll here for 10th annual Indianapolis 500.
Coming down now. Gonna take a nice little stop at the Yard of Bricks for us to get a little photo shoot. Post race, actually, we're gonna get a little photo shoot.
Yep, looks it's nice seeing all those cars up there. They all look awesome as they all pull up here and slow down and stop for us here at the Yard of Bricks. All those cars looking 3 wide. We're gonna start some of our opening proceedings here. And the balloons are being released, and another Indianapolis 500 tradition is about to start here.
Here's Mr. Jim Neighbors.
Would everybody please join me? Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still burning bright through the sycamore for me. The newborn hay is all in fragrance through the field by you. When I dream about the moonlight on the warpath, how I long for my Indiana home.
All right, cars are rolling here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway as we get ready again for our 10th annual Indy 500. It's a beautiful day here, isn't it? And I'm finally glad to see cars rolling. What about you, Warren?
Yeah, I'm very happy to see cars rolling as they come off turn number 2. Let's take a look at your starting lineup today. Brought to you by Firestone. Not really, but whatever. We'll do it the way you are. Cold on the pole as Rita St. James starts second. And on the outside of that is Hossack as Johnny want to take row 2.
Yeah, it looks like we've got not one shoe, but we have Barron starting on the outside, Tierney starting on the inside, and right in the middle is going to be one shoe.
It's not my list doesn't want to pop up right as we're doing this. God dang it. 7th place is Shane O'Kano with 8th place Rosta. 9th place is Carlin Hicks. I'll just finish this out as they're coming off turn number 3. 10th is not Stas, move 11th to PT, 12th Aram, 13th Twindy, 14th Anger Management, 15 Race A Lot, 16th is Juanma, and replacing that first alternate at 10th is Daz, as the cars round turn number 4 as... what just happened? Okay. So they're coming off turn number 4. I think we're going to get the 1 to go this time by, or they might start at the Yard of Bricks. So they're coming down to get the green. Camera angle playing with us here. Coming down at Indianapolis. No, we are going to get the 1 to go this time by. So we set it in bump day, Johnny. What do you think you're going to see in today's race?
Well, hopefully we don't see them all roll down into turn 1 and make a big spectacle of themselves, but I think we got pretty good drivers here in the field. They all seem to know what they're doing, especially the guys up front. They've been around a while. They have fast cars. They don't want to destroy them going into turn 1, so should be a good race. The only difference between these sim races and the real life races is you don't have the fear of death going into it, so these guys will just run down there, and if they wreck, they wreck, and fire back up again if the caution comes out. But hopefully it's a good, clean race, and I expect to see probably not some of these guys that started up front stay up front. A couple of these guys that are mid-pack that might be a lot smoother and can handle the draft better come up through the field, as they didn't draft in qualifying, and the races are going to be a lot different than qualifying is.
As the cars come into turn number 3, we got the green and the yellow flag last time by, so this is an official race lap. We're on lap 4 as they come off the final onto the short chute, my bad, into turn 4 this time by.
Napa onboard camera here with Tyrannosaurus for the start. Let's see how this goes.
Coming off turn 4. The race in hands of Cold, Rita St. James, and Hossack. That's the 3 wide. Gonna have to get a little better than that. Hossack's holding back on that outside. He's gonna have to get lined up a little better than this. Baron von Sashi outside of row 2. Drivers coming down to the Yard of Bricks, getting ready to start the 10th Indianapolis 500, and we're green at Indianapolis.
Looks like everybody made it through turn 1 cleanly. That's a big hold your breath moment as you go through turn 1. And everybody seems to be pretty clean. There's a couple people fanning out, a couple stuff in the wall, but even back in the pack, looks like everybody's landing decent speed.
Good start by Hossack. He jumps to the lead in turn 2. As you saw on the start there, Hossack getting the better of the outside, the inside slipping, as now he takes the point, exiting turn 4 here at Indianapolis to complete 1 lap of the Indianapolis 500. Congratulations to Hossack, who leads the first Indy 500 on Project Cars 2.
It looks like Tiernan is rolling down to the inside to try and make a...
As caution, I believe, is out.
As we probably have some issues in the back of the pack here.
Yep, caution out on the speedway.
And the management and one might have got together, it looks like.
So caution out lap, well, technically lap 2 here. Hit its lap 6. If you're counting at home, because the first couple laps we have the roll around. So caution out for the first time here at Indy as they start gridding up in the back straightaway. Pits should be open this time around. Good first 2 turns. Turn 3 and 4 look like it bit the dust there, Johnny, on the first lap.
Yeah, a couple of those guys in the back that, like I said, during the bump day qualifying might not have been as prepared for this race as others that started up front. Everybody up front looked clean. Looks like maybe Anger Management, Rosted, Juan, a couple of those guys might have had a little bit of contact in the back of the pack, causing this first yellow flag situation. But your leaderboard is as follows. We got Hossack leading the race, Rita St. James second, and Cole third out of the JME stable with BSE Tyrannizzle fourth, Sunday fifth, Carl Nixon Sunday Cup account, It's PT is the first POW car in the race with one shoe, another POW car, and Shane O'Kano, a third POW car. Ninth place is going to be Baron Von Stosh for JME. Aram Origins in 10th for the BSE. We got Daz, Twindy, so Race A Lot, Rosta, Anger Management, and Wanma rounding out our 16-car field here as they get going green again. Green, green, green.
As the green flag is back out, Indy had to do something right there. As coming off turn 2, on board with Cold now as he taps the outside wall down the back straightaway. In the wall again, your pole sitter having troubles here on lap number 7 of 128. As it sounds like an airplane's landing in Johnny Benson's house. As to turn 4 goes Cold. You know, Cold starting on the pole, thought he had a good car to start off the race. We talked to him before the race. He said, quote unquote, I think we have a shot here to win the Indy 500 and the championship. Be great to have that happen. As Wanma slow yet again, there might be some troubles with that race car. Finishing up on Cold, he's just pretty much saying he wanted to win the Indy 500 and the championship in the same season, which would be amazing for him. As we look through the field now, it's PT in 4th place as we flip through the field. Make sure everyone is alright and dandy. As your back markers right now are Daz, Rosta, and Wanma as the car hits the apron in the middle of turn 3 and 4. Car tapping the wall there. So we're focused on It's PT as he's trying to chase down.
He started in the back and he's moved all the way to 4th place. That's probably our biggest mover so far today.
So It's PT making himself known, trying to chase down Carlin Hicks right now for the P3 position as we go on board. It's PT trying to chase down Carlin Hicks. Nice line through turn 4. These drivers getting strung out now. Didn't see that in years past on Gran Turismo. It used to be almost like a Daytona pack race. But now the drivers getting strung out here at Indianapolis.
Looks like the top 4 is very close together here. And there's a second pack as we go. They're almost a couple seconds back of everybody else. There's a second pack for Camel Cold. And then Baron's a little bit further back. It's windy, and then even further back to one shoe, and the rest of them back 10 seconds back. Right now, looks like first and second are probably first, second, and third here. All this is the best race right here, as you can see all 4 of them in the one shot here. As this PT is really making a name for himself here in the opening laps. As it looks like Carlin's trying to go under Hosick. PT's trying to follow him through. PT backs off. It's probably a smarter move. And he's probably going to let Hosick slide in there. Maybe not.
A little wiggle there in contact. So move Hosick back to 4th place as It's PT makes his run towards the front of the field. Battle you're going to want to check out through this race is back there for 6th and 7th as Cold and Baron Von Stosh battle out. That's that was almost a caution and a half as It's PT got to the corner panel of Hosick. As I was saying, Cold and Baron Von Stosh, that's a championship, literal championship battle, as it's only 1 point in the standings and they're not too far apart on the speedway.
Both them JME drivers are having a very good season so far. It's still early in the season, being this is our 4th event of the season. They're separated by 1 point and 1 position on the track.
Now the driver who would have the lead of the championship right now as it stands is the guy making his way towards the front. It's PT. He started the race only 3 back from the lead, and he's moved up a ton of positions, so he should be your championship leader at the moment as we go on board with Tiernissel and up to PT.
These are still probably our 2 closest. Looks like Carlin and Rita are close to each other. And I believe Rita is out front of this thing, running clean line, holding a pretty wheel. And I think Carlin's just content to sit there right behind her and let the race play out as it does. We have Hossack and XXII really battling for third place. This is probably our best battle all night on the track. We have a slower car of Shane O'Cano going by on the inside. He might have just made a pit stop.
I thought it said Doom down there. I was about to say it's Shane not Shane O'Cano down there, but it is Shane O'Cano. It's flipping through the field now. Tiernizzel coming up on the lap down car of Shane O'Cano. See if they get the blue flag as there's contact off turn 4. There is a flag waving up top, so it might be the blue flag for Shane O'Cano as he now moves up high. Ooh, contact hard. See if that lets Baron. See if that lets Baron von Stosch catch up, and it is.
I think we need to take a look here. This is probably the best race so far in the front of the pack, as this PT is relentless on the back of Hossack. Hossack's trying to fight him off. Let's go on board with XPT, see what it looks like inside the cockpit of this beautifully prepared Lucas Oil number 77 Honda.
They come off turn 2. The difference between this and Gran Turismo, as we were saying earlier, a lot more stringing out in this race. In Gran Turismo, it used to be a pack race, like you see at Daytona in the Cup cars. As we're up to Carlin Hicks, who is about to lap, I believe that is Rosta, as they're coming up on 2. On board your leader, Rita St. James, looking for her first Indy 500, be the first female to win the Indy 500 if she can do it. She's still got a long way to go and a lot more pit stops to do it, as the lap down car is, wow. This could get sketchy for Rita St. James if she's not careful. Rosta hopefully holds that nice line up top, as he does. Lets the 2 Verizon cars as he's rim riding it. 3rd gear.
Not sure what's going on there. He's definitely going pretty slow, and looks like Hossack and XPT are going to drive up to him here as they battle it out for 3rd place. So this could get interesting as they go past the slower lap traffic here in the early running of the Indianapolis 500.
As there's a run for XPT. So look to the inside.
They get it figured out before they get up to the lap traffic at Rosta. Didn't go too wide. Run lap traffic. We got a slow car up high.
Oh! Wow, that should be a caution.
Wanma.
That should be a.
It's definitely going to be an issue there for Wanma, as I don't know what he was doing. He was just up at the top of the track, sitting there. Might have spun out by himself and wrecked. He definitely caused a big issue there.
Yeah, that was scary.
I don't really think they were too affected by it. XPT is the one that hit him.
So
just shot Wanma back off the track.
So no caution on the speedway at the moment. We're on board with Hossack. Coming off turn 4. Down the front straightaway. You know, in my opinion, that should have been a caution. That's 2 cars. I thought I saw 3 cars down there, but because of the issue, it might be just a non-yellow issue, as we're looking at 1 shoe heading through the short chute. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna have to throw a caution or something, or a black flag, because this is getting ridiculous with Wanma. Yeah, he's all over the racetrack, which will become an issue for the drivers. Yeah. I'm gonna have to hopefully get Carlin up on that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if that's lag or what's going on there? Seems like every corner he's having some big issues there. Problem is, I don't think we can get a hold of Carlin tonight.
I can probably message him and probably come up, put a black flag out for Wanma.
I'm not sure if he's going to be able to call a black flag. I'm not sure how the audio is working in the room there. Might be the issue why they couldn't call the yellow flag earlier, because...
Well, I can message him, like, I could just say black flag.
Yeah, I don't know if you can relay that to Wanma. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how the audio is working in the room. Like you said, it sounded pretty silent. And Wanma's all over the place. Another driver that's having a little bit of trouble here in the Indy 500. Shane O'Kano. He's well off the pace. Almost a minute off the pace. Right back there with Wanma. And Rose is not having the best of days either. He's right back there with Shane O'Kano. Those three kind of run at the back of the pack here. Already a lap down.
So there's a nice little battle up there between it was the Napa Auto Parts cars. They dove into 3. As it is, Tiernizzle, he tried to look to the inside, didn't really get the better of it. That's its PT ahead of him for you following at home.
Trailing both of those.
Now Baron von Stosch is falling back a position. Twindy's making his way up through the field as we go up to Tiernizzle. He's trying to chase its PT. That's honestly the best battle on the racetrack, as these two have just gapped themselves clear. 13 seconds is the gap, or 8 seconds. Roughly 13 seconds to its PT and Tiernizzle, as Hossack is 9 seconds back. But these two have been drafting and have gapped themselves nicely away from the rest of the field. As you said, Johnny, looks like they're content to just stay there.
Yep, they're content to stay there. Fuel is starting to wind down, as they are 23 liters apiece. So, could be looking at pit stop soon. It's just surprising that we see Rita with a little more fuel than Carlin. You think she being up front would burn more?
Well, she's running in 6th gear and he's running in 5th, so he's burning a little bit more fuel.
There we go. Hossack's still trying to run him down, but by himself, not really a whole lot he can do to try and run down them 2 screaming Chevys at the front. And again, it's PT and Tiernizzle's trying to pass him. Looks still on board here with the Napa Auto Parts Honda. Let's see if he can close that gap any. And it's PT.
Yeah, he's been running a pretty good line. Let's see if he can do it. You know, they were pretty close about 2 laps ago. I think he tried to make a move in turn 3 and it slowed his momentum down, and he hasn't really been able to gain it back up. So we'll see what Tiernizzle can do as we're on board with the Napa Auto Parts Honda. Let's go back to TV. You know, we've been looking at this as Wanma is in the pits. That might be serving that black flag. So coming off, yeah, he's in the pits right now. There he is, coming off his pit box down the pit lane. So Wanma taking that black flag out of respect for everyone else. You don't want to cause a big one because you're glitching all over the place. See, he's taking the access road. Still having problems, but not as the 2 leaders now coming off turn. That was silver. That's a glitch on my screen. No, it is the 2 leaders. Okay. I saw 2 silver arrows.
Yep. 2 leaders and another lap car. That probably got you flapped up a little bit there.
Yep.
Wanma's still having tons and tons of trouble as he's wrecked.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think we're gonna get to the point where the black and red flag will have to come out for him. If you don't know what that means, black and red flag means you're not being scored as he's coming back to the pit lane.
Yeah, really has no business being out there.
So it's Wanma.
He's still wrecking by himself and crashing and sitting on the track sideways. Not what we need here. As fast as these guys are going out there.
And he's gonna go back out. So the big story there is Wanma having some connection issues, but the real big story, Rita St. James. She had a good run last year in the Indy 500. Nearly won it, if it getting pushed by Remy. I think she finished 4th in that race, so she's had some pretty good runs the last 2 years. And trying to do it today at Indianapolis. In the number 2. See Walma coming off back onto the racetrack.
There's no pushing in these cars. That's, like you said, the difference between this and the last software. You could almost do bump drafting and pushing around the track in Gran Turismo, where you do not want to do that in this game. You definitely have some sideways cars. As we look in here at 3rd place, Hossick's just kind of sitting there riding along, as he does here. Not really anybody around him, just trying to log laps and wait for something to happen here in the race. It's got a very clean looking DHL Honda for Benson Speed Equipment, so we got 2 Chevys up front and 3 Hondas following.
As we do have Baron von Stosch and Aaron Orangens in the pit lane, as now he comes off. So early pit stops here at the Indianapolis 500, lap 28 of 128, so 100 laps to go here at Speedway, Indiana. So now he comes out of his pit box and makes his way fastly down pit lane. There are no speed limit here as the 2 leaders fly by yet again. So put Aaron Orangens possibly a lap down. I don't know if he was lapped before, so we'll have to double check that. Black flag. He didn't fully take the access road.
I didn't get a look at that, but if he did, he didn't fully take the access road, huh?
Yep. Yeah, no, he came off and went in the middle of turn 1 and 2. So I guess you and me are going to have to be the officials tonight. Call it as we see it and message them over the messages and say black flag, this flag. As he's getting chased down now by another blue car. That's the Napa car, I believe. Man, these cars sometimes, when you just barely see them, look the same. Now, I think that is, it's not one shoe. It might be one shoe. Still getting used to all these cars. But we are expecting Rita and Carlin Hicks to be in the pits sometime the next, I'd say about 10 laps. Wouldn't you say that about Johnny? About 10 laps from now, you about to see these leaders hit the pit lane?
Yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. We'll just ride along here, Aaron. But yeah, it shouldn't be interesting at all. You see, go right down on the fence. They're probably going to be coming in this time and next time back.
See how that works. As now up in the middle of the turn, there it goes. Oh, we almost lost Carlin Hicks there as he almost spun it to the inside of the racetrack, as I think cars are running out of fuel down on the apron. As we flip back through onto Aaron Origins, who I believe has gotten a black flag call. See if he serves it or not. If he doesn't serve it, he will get a black and red flag, which means he is not being scored. So, the 2 leaders on pit lane. This might help Hossick. There he is now coming down pit. Whoa, that could have been bad. As I think, I was just about to say, the Napa car almost misses pit lane, but he almost went to the wrong box. As now Rita still holds the lead. So Rita St. James, I think she's waiting on Carlin. These 2.
Aaron didn't ride down that part of the pit lane because it looks like, as I was watching him in practice and things, he'd ride out in the middle of turn 1. He'd ride out almost onto the track just to get a better run down that access road.
See, the glory with the broadcast is we can go onto YouTube and rewind it, check and double check to see if we made the right call. As we see Twindy now taking the access road off. Last year's IndyCar champion. Trying to get a better run this year in the Indianapolis 500. Didn't have a good run last season, finished 8th, I believe. So now we're on board with Hossack, heading down the front stretch. Now Hossack's been running in third place, 14 seconds. Gained 2 seconds on pit road there, so good pit stop there by the DHL Honda team. Gained him 2 seconds, but he's still 14 seconds off the lead with now Tiernizel 2 seconds down the road from him. You should be able to see him in the same shot. There he is. Entering turn 3. So recap.
Yeah, we definitely did not use that second road. I just took a look at it on the replay, like you said. That's the beauty of it here, and it definitely did not use that second access road
For the pits, and I don't think that he served the black flag yet.
Yeah. We will check and see real quick. Writing down his name now. Personally messaged him. So, as we run now, Rita St. James still your leader. I mean, if she wins this race, as there is now a big gaggle under turn 3, to go underneath Baron von Stosch. Thought he had a good shot to winning this race, as the two leaders are now picking their way all the way up to 6th. If they get past its PT, who shouldn't be too far up the road. He's 4 seconds up from these guys, as there he is entering turn number 1.
And there's our leaders in the same camera shot right behind them, so it's not going to be long. Now, as we've got issues with Wanma again. Not going to be long until those two leaders catch up to Baron the Von Stosch. Or, it's PT, I'm sorry. And lap all the way up to the 6th place car. Right now there's 7 cars on the lead lap. And it's going to be 6 very soon.
I just sent Aaron a black flag message because we have not seen him serve that penalty. As he heads down the back straightaway, as we just lost connection to Sir Race-A-Lot. So blown motor for Sir Race-A-Lot.
First DNF of the event, Sir Race-A-Lot. He was looking. Oh, we had big issues
Whoa,
there.
whoa! That's a yellow car on the bottom of the speedway. Double check who that is.
Anger management.
And it was, as the two leaders now come out to squeeze, and that's a, oh, that's got to be a caution on the speedway, and it is a caution on the speedway. Caution flag is out, as huge wreck into turn 1 here at Indianapolis. Car up into the fence. As the caution is out.
XPT has a chance to try and
He says he's already served it. He says he already served it. Alright. I could save the replay and always double check that, but he says he served it. Well.
It's pretty far back in the pack as it is. A lot of these people have full tanks.
If he served it, he'd be farther off the pace. I can promise you that. He wouldn't be 55 seconds off. He'd be like 2 minutes.
Yeah, a lot of these guys,
Oh. See, the problem with not having mics in this room. Oof.
Big issue between Hossack and XPT
Oh.
right there. And it's still having issues in the back.
See, this is the problem when you don't have mics in a room. So we should have just created a new one. As the caution is out here at Indianapolis, as anger management up into the catch fence. Beauty about this game is he's not out of it. Rita St. James, your leader after 41 laps here at Indianapolis. We can tell who's a lap down as we go through and see who's where. Yeah, no, if he served it, he should be way off the, like 2 minutes off the pace like Roast and all them are. There's no way he should be ahead of Shane O'Kano, Anger Management, and Daz. As the wave around cars go by, they elected not to pit. Said stop and go on backstretch, so he says he served it. We'll double check that.
But I think the big story of this race is Rita and Carlin being able to get out in front, put their tin in the wind, and check out as all these cars look like they're coming down pit road. Tierney staying out to get some track position, it looks like. Tierney and Hossack staying out to get track position over the dominating Chevrolets of Rita and Carlin. And then it looks like Cold followed them out. So those are going to be your top 3 cars as they stayed on the racetrack, stayed on the lead lap, and were able to make it happen here. As we have a lot of these wave around cars. Hopefully they'll slow down and let all the lead lap cars get back into position here.
The beauty is that everyone has their active drivers chat up on their screens. If there's ever a caution or anything, we could just punch in caution and everyone would see that. So that's the beauty of having the PS4 chat. As
a couple of active drivers have moved out of that chat though, so
that should be a requirement to stay in it, to be honest. For scenarios like this, it should be a requirement. It's PT is in 7th, as you see the wave around drivers now catching up to the rear of the field. So the bigger story now is Hossack in control of the field as we're 42 laps into this 128-lap Indy 500K as they come through the middle of turn 3 and 4. Hopefully going to get the green this time by. Did see a car way down the back stretch. We'll see if they can catch up before the exit of turn number 4. So rounding turn number 4 here at Indy, Hossack, Tiernizel, your front 2, as Cold is in 3rd. 4th is Sunday, Carlin Hicks. 5th is Rita St. James. That's your top 5. Coming down to the yard of bricks. We'll see if we get the command this time. Waving around, so I believe we do have one. That is the flagman saying 1 to go this time by. As they roll into turn 1. What have you thought about this Indy 500 as we are a good 4th of the way through?
Well, for the most part, I've seen Rita and Carlin just dominate the event, drafting by themselves, being up front. I think Hossack's done a really good job not having any draft, along with Tiernizel. Its PT was fighting with both of those at one point. He ended up going a lap down, and lately has got the lap back during the wave around process. But I think those guys have done a very good job of trying to stay with the leaders, as that is hard to do when you don't have a drafting partner, but they've stayed with the leaders. And I think Hossack and Tiernizel are playing a little bit of a strategy here to have the track position. And I think that's the big story, is obviously Rita and Carlin are out front running away with it, but Hossack and Tiernizel, as well as Cold, have been able to stay within striking distance.
So 2 Hondas at the front of the field here as they are coming through turn 3 and 4 down the short chute here at Indianapolis. As we put up the map to show you where everybody is. Blue cars are a lap down, white cars are on the lead lap, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I do believe that is the way it is. So there is a white car mixed in with the blue there. I think that's a wave around bunch. As they come down the front straightaway, we should be getting the green this time by here in Indianapolis to restart the Indy 500. On lap 43, heading to 44. Hossack in control of the field. We go at the line. And the green flag is out. Back underway here at Indianapolis. As caution is back out here at the Speedway. Look like it's PT getting involved there with it's one of the Verizon cars. Might be, yes it is, Rita St. James. As do I have to put in the comments caution?
No, they know it's a caution. Leader's slowed down.
Alright. So Hossik's...
Mice must be working if they're able to call the cautions.
Yep. You,
Hossick and Tierney are staying up there. They're not really burning a whole lot of fuel under caution like they are, so...
This helping them out.
It's helping their efforts tremendously. As Hossick's still burning quite a bit of fuel there in first gear. But we'll see if we can get him lined back up again. That was the first lap after a restart, so pits are not going to open. And see if we can get him going again this time by.
There's a wreck in turn 1 under the caution. 2 cars in the back. I think that was Daz and one. No, it was Juanma and Rosta. 2 rookies at the back of the field. Multiple laps down. Juanma still having his connection issues. If the mics are working, he'd be gone by now. So I don't think the mics are working. Because someone would have radioed in that lag issue. So drivers who have fallen back, One Shoe's definitely fallen back after starting 6th. He's back in the 13th. Definitely not where he wants to be right now in the Indianapolis 500, looking for his first win. Other drivers in the back, Shane O'Cano had pretty good hopes of finishing good this race. 10th place right now, not really helping his cause out. As hopefully we're going to get the 1 to go this time by, or maybe even the green. Rosta is back in the back. Back up to Hosik, who is in the front. As our drunk cameraman at turn 4 is doing his drunken things. Keeping him
hung out the stick pit a little long during the rain delay.
Telling you. The camera was even out of focus, so... Car's picking up speed. I think we are going to go green this time by. Hosik in control of the field. As... Yes, we are. Green flag is back out at Indianapolis. Looked like a green car back there moved to the inside before the line. Don't think he made any position. So whatever he did make, lost. So he is fine there.
He's giving him back.
Yep. And now he's going to go back at it. As this might be... As Juanma is... As now that is a caution. That has to be a caution.
Big wreck. Yeah, Cold was in that one. That looks like a big wreck.
Yep. This driver's backing it off.
And as they say, cautions breed cautions here.
Oh my god, what is he doing? Snake pit too long is right.
It's like you put on a very high-prescription pair of glasses there for a second.
Jeez.
Give me a headache. Alright, looks like Hossie Continues is still up front. The car looks like he might be trying to get his lap back, but there will be no wave rounds.
I believe that was Aaron Orangens who was asking for his lap back and doesn't get it.
I believe it was a dark blue car. One shoe.
Was it one? No, one shoe's in a white car, is it not?
That was one shoe trying to make sure if we could get his lap back or not.
Okay, roger that.
Not after one lap here.
Do you want to bounce out and see if the mics are working in the game chat real quick?
Ooh, it's getting hit. I can do that. Keep it going here.
Yep. So right now, Tiernizzle in second with Hosik leading the race as they're trying to form up down the backstretch here. So, 47 laps into today's event, almost near the 50 lap mark here in the Indianapolis 500. Big story of the day is lap down cars, as we've been seeing. one of them causing a wreck on lap 40. I think that was anger management wrecking into our leader at the time, Rita St. James, causing anger management to hit the catch fence. And then after that, we've had 2 consecutive cautions back-to-back, resulting for 8 laps under caution, counting 9 if you count the beginning of the race with the green and yellow flags. So coming down the front stretch, cars in 3rd gear. We might be getting the flag this time by, as it's been caution after caution after caution. So we'll see what the officials plan on doing here. Hostek in 1st gear. We should be getting the caution if he's in 1st gear. So green flag. Yes, indeed, green flag back here at Indianapolis to see if we can make a lap under green. The 2 Penske cars in the back for Jamie. The 2 Verizon cars looking to team up again as they move down to the bottom of the racetrack, entering turn 2 as there's some cars making contact in the back. But all in all, right now it looks like everyone is getting through turn 1 and 2 nice and clean as Baron von Stosch gets contact on the outside of turn 2. So
it definitely looks like they can hear each other in the room. Everybody's talking to each other, so I think the mic problems have been cleared up.
Sweet.
They did let me know that Juan's motor, we could see that coming the entire race. Surprised it held on as long as it did. As SPQ tried to make a move down under Twindy. And will he be successful? We will find out in a second.
So Twindy holds on. Twindy holds on to the outside as now the 2 Verizon cars ganging up on Tiernizzle up near the front of the field to go on board with its PT. Now Rita St. James, as yes indeed, they are ganging up on Tiernizzle, the Chevy-powered Indy cars. They're both V6s for you fans at home who thought they were V8s. No, they're V6s. So entering turn 3 and now in the middle of turn 3 and 4, as Rita now, like we said, can attempt to stick behind her teammate. And that won't be for the last 5 laps. I'm pretty sure they're just going to dogfight it there. But for now, they're going to stay nice lined up.
Just about 10 liters of difference here, with the front cars having less fuel, 10 liters less, so that's going to make them a little bit quicker for the Hondas. And it's definitely kind of a strategy game at this point with the Hondas and the Chevys battling down at the front of the pack. Hostek and Tiernizzle are probably just going to try and stay together, just like Rita and Carlin did in the early part of this race. But Rita and Carlin are right there, and they're not going to let them run away with it.
But you got to think, is that 10-liter difference what they want? Do they want to stay 10 liters in front of the Chevys behind them? Is this, or is this a chance to get on the same pit strategy as they are? So when they pit and keep that race ahead.
They're going to need a halfway time crossing for that to happen. Right now they are going to have to pull in the pits earlier, but it might all be part of their pit strategy. We just have to wait and see.
One driver making his way up through the field after that caution is Twindy, as he's, like we saw before, successfully getting past its PT, but its PT now battling back, looking to get by him, as now Twindy's doing defensive down the front straightaway, as Cold makes a position.
Made a big pass, and that is for your championship lead right there. Baron von Stosch and Cold battling for a championship here. They came into the race 1 point apart and still can't get away from each other on the track.
Twindy in the wall off turn 2, as now they're catching the lap down car of Tiernizzle. No, that's for position. Tiernizzle must have had a problem in the middle of turn 1 and 2, as he's going to lose 2 spots and maybe more if Cole can get to his back bumper. So now the turn 4 cameraman probably got replaced.
Back into 6th right there. I saw he must have got up into the fence on the tire out there, and it definitely slowed him down. As Hostek is far out in front now. That little mix-up from Tiernizzle has separated Rita and Carlin from Hostek, but I think it'll be a matter of time before they draft right back up to the Honda of Hostek leading the way here. As he did in the Indy 500, and he ended up winning the Indy 500, so if he could come out and win the Indy 500 and the Daytona 500 in the same year, it's going to be a big fairy tale story for the rookie driver out of Canada.
Yeah, it'd be great to see a Canadian win the Daytona and Indy 500 in the same year. But it's still very early in this race, only lap 54 now of 128, live on SCL Racing Network. If you're just joining us, we had a little technical difficulties earlier in the event, which has put us back. So, as now that's Tiernizzle looking down the inside of its PT. Is he going to get to position at the moment? Yes, as its PT now backs off entering turn 3, but he might try to battle back down the front straightaway. This is a battle to keep your eyes on.
I just think Tiernizzle's car might be a little touch tight, as he seems to be getting up into the wall, coming off the corner. That's probably what happened to cost him his second place running position. He might have to do a little work with his onboard controls there, adjusting his weight jackers and anti-roll bars as he spins out, and there's a big wreck
Whoa!
There.
And he's on his roof and gets hit by a car. That's a caution. Oh,
wow! He
wow!
almost went out of the track. Big wreck there for its PT. Looks like
he uses reset there.
Just got super loose in front of him.
That has to be a caution. As we have another car on his roof, Baron von Stosch. As he gets reset, that's definitely a caution. 2 cars on the roof, as the caution is out here at Indianapolis. As they cross the stripe. You can race back to the stripe, but...
Kind of a ladies and gentlemen agreement there not to. Everybody slows down and gets in order. Lap traffic can try and get their way back before the start-finish line, but it doesn't look like anybody was close enough as they roll by there. Question is, who's going to pit? Who's staying out?
I think that's a good question here. Does Hossack come into the pits, try to get a better strategy than the Chevys behind him, or does Tiernizzle stay out and gain that position he lost? That's the better question here. So, down the back straightaway they go. At 56, so we had a good 10-lap little green flag run there, as I think we're going to have a wave around cars. Don't squeeze them down. Get their laps back here. As, yes, they're given the wave around by the officials in the official booth. So they will not be able to pit this caution, as Baron von Stosch now catches up to the rear of the field after being on his roof. As there are the wave around cars, one shoe, anger management, and I think I saw a Dune car that had been Rosta and Daz getting the laps back here. Better not be passing this, as they do stay in line. Yeah, so caution out here, lap 53. Oh, 54 now, as cars are on pit lane. On the front straightaway, everyone. Yep. Pit road is a busy.
Going to be. It's a good thing for Hossack that he was able to pull everybody in with him as he pulled into the pits. Everybody's getting 4 brand new Firestones.
Oh!
And coming back out. Tiernizzle and Carlin very close together. Looks like Carlin's Verizon pit crew has done an awesome job. He obviously had less fuel to put in his tank to fill it all the way back up, and he was able to get around Hossack, and Tiernizzle has moved back up into second. He was like 5th or 6th going into the pits.
6th place heading into the pits.
Yep. And Aram is right up there too, so you got the 3 BSE cars behind the lone Chevrolet of Carlin. Looks like Rita had a slow pit stop. She probably didn't get the A Horizon crew. She has fallen all the way back to 6th place from her 3rd spot, as everybody is gathering up and they're getting ready to go green.
Yeah, definitely not what they want to see there in the Verizon pit stalls. You definitely wanted your 2 drivers up near the front. So, coming off pit lane, Carlin Hicks gaining, I believe, 4 positions. So very nice there by Carlin Hicks pit crew, as we have 1 lone car. We might get the green this time by because they start at the line. As Baron von Stosch is 11th, but we are on pit lane camera, stationary. As I think we're having an issue with Baron von Stosch, as he's still stuck in the pit lane. As we are coming down to get the green flag, don't know what's going on with Baron. As the green flag is out. We'll have to double check what's wrong with Baron there, as he's stuck on pit lane. So let's see what Hossack can do now, as he's stuck behind Tiernizzle after a slow pit stop there by the DHL team.
Cole trying to make his way back up. He's going to the inside and the outside, threading the needle there between two cars. Cole is on a mission to try and get back up to the front and prove that he belongs there and maintain his championship lead over Baron von Stosch. This is looking very bad for Baron, as he seems to be stuck in the pits. That's also a big story here, as his car is stopped in the pit lane.
Yeah, so Baron von Stosch having a bad point today, nothing he wants, but now can XXII, who is behind Cold, get some points and possibly move into second in this championship. As Carlin Hicks is not fired, there's a self-spinner. That's a hard hit. Anger of management into the pit wall, into the inside wall, not pit wall, I'm sorry. That's a self-spin, that's not a caution. But very hard hit there to the inside wall, down the back straightaway. Two cars are what bring out a caution. That's a self-spin, so green flag still out here at Indianapolis, as the two Horizon cars have now made their way back to the front of the field.
Rita, a big move from 6th all the way up to 2nd again. We didn't see how she did it, but she definitely made it look good. Looks like Hossack and Tiernizzle are behind them.
Baron von Stosch coming back off.
These are really the top 4 cars in the race at this point. Probably the 4 that are going to battle out for the win. It's just how it's going to settle out, as hopefully Tiernizzle and Hossack will be able to draft together here and not let Chevys of Rita and Carlin get too far ahead of him.
Big points move.
Tiernizzle hits the wall again. He's still having trouble driving that car up off of the corner.
Big points move. Big points move in the back, as XXII has gotten around Cold. So Cold falling back 1 position, and that's helping him in the points, as Baron von Stosch is having a bad day. So at the end of this race, it might become XXII into second place in the points if Carlin doesn't win the race. So that's a big move for him, and he's going to try to go after Twindy down the back straightaway.
Jump on it. Looks like we still got Baron having big issues there on the inside of the track.
Yeah, I think that might be an engine issue.
A flat tire or something. Yeah, he's definitely got issues.
He's got locked up tires.
Yeah.
So Baron von Stosch having problems. As this is going to be a big move down the back straightaway. So going board, XXII. He's going to get a good run on Twindy. He does. But can he make it move in before turn 3?
Don't think he's going to have enough time to. He gets close. With the closing rate of these cars, you can get a big run on somebody.
There it is. Caution's out. Caution is out at Indy. Don't go back down the racetrack. Don't get hit. Caution back out at Indianapolis.
They can make runs getting down the straightaway, but it takes almost the entire straightaway to be able to move up next to some cars, and then it leaves you 2 wide in the corner, which you never want here in Indianapolis.
No, you don't, as this should be a caution. If not, we will call it on the chat, as there they go, backing off now. Caution out here at Indy. As now this helps out the Hondas, who were starting to lose ground on the Chevys at the front of the field, as it is a Chevy 1-2 and a Honda 3-4. So very equal representation at the front of the field here. As Cold getting the better of XXII right now in the points. We're going to keep you updated on that, because the Indianapolis 500 is the midway point of the season for the IndyCars. So it is only fair to start talking championship points in this race as we go up to Shane O'Kano, who is asking to get his lap back. What will the officials say? Does he get a wave around here? And yes, they will. They will be giving a wave around to 3 drivers, as one shoe got his lap back last caution flag.
Goes to Daz and Shane O'Kano getting their laps back and being able to pull right back onto the lead lap. As Baron von Stosh is still having issues. He has pulled his car into the pits.
I think he's going to
be done for the day.
Yeah. He's already 4 minutes off the pace, which translates to about 5 laps. So, not the day he wanted. Let's take a sip as everyone. Few drivers stay out. Nice fake back there. Looked like a yellow car that might have been cold, faking it out.
Well, we've got pit crews coming out as 2 Chevys and 2 Hondas stay out front as they were. It looks like Twindy just missed his pit lane there. Still having a little bit of an issue with the new pit stall procedure, as they are not changing tires on his car, and he's pulling back out. Looks like the first one off the pit road might be XPT.
Yeah, big move by XPT. One driver losing a lot of positions on pit road is Twindy, as he's going to fall back some more positions here.
Still hasn't left the pit stall.
Uh-oh. Problems for Twindy. He might be having the same problem Baron is.
Could be an issue with Baron sitting in the pit stall and not letting Twindy proceed. As Baron pulling forward, and Twindy's able to leave.
So Twindy in that exchange losing a lot of positions. Might be better for just Baron to sit at the end of pit road, just before pit exit.
I believe he's exited the game.
As he has. Our second... well, someone's still sitting on pit road.
Not on the leaderboard, though.
Yeah, but on the map, you see it. I don't want to be the one going crazy here. There's a blue dot sitting there on pit road. I can assure you on my side there is.
We've got 2 Chevys for Jeremy out front, followed by 3 Benson Speed Equipment Hondas, and the 3rd Chevy for JME sitting in 6th spot. So your top 6 positions are held by JME and BSE. At this point, probably the 2 major teams, as BSE wrapped up a bunch of wins early. JME starting to pick them up as they go. Green flag is out. XPT starting to make his move right before the line there. Let's see if the officials call it or not. And
single car spin.
Yeah, I think there was contact, but he was able to hold on to it.
So Tyrannosa losing, and that's a caution. So caution flag back out here at Indianapolis.
Henry is not having a good day. He gets back up to the front, and it seems to have something happen to him every time he gets up there.
Oh, and there's a wreck at the front. And that's coming back to the line, so that's losing positions officially.
Rita and Hossack in a big incident there. As Hossack tries to get it sorted out, straightened out, he loses a lot of positions too, as Tyrannosa and Hossack are now back to 11th and 10th on the leaderboard.
If you're them, you pit here. If I was them, I'd pit. Get off strategy. Yep. As no, you can't get those. You can't get those back. You can't get those back, Hossack. If he lets those get those back, that literally takes away from everything we know.
Is that got her spike?
I thought that was racing back to the line.
Well, it's not racing back to the line, but you need to maintain your caution speed too.
Yeah.
It looks like they're letting Rita back up there, or letting Hossack back up there.
don't know if they're playing team favors, letting Rita back up and having to let Hossick back up there too, but really those guys did not maintain their caution speed.
I don't
know what's going on.
I don't know. We'll have to double check with that after the race and the post-race. We'll have to ask our main official what the decision was there, as I believe the pits should be closed this time, as we're going to be just going back to green here. So look back at Aram Origins, who had the pit road speeding limit, not pit road, there was no pit road speed, but the pit road exit penalty. Nice recovery for him. He's back in the 5th place.
Yeah, and it turns out that he's probably had one of the cleanest races so far. Everybody else has been involved in major incidents, and I haven't really seen Aram get into many incidents. As it looks like pit road's closed, and we are getting ready to go back to it here with Harlan Hicks leading over Rita St. James. Awesome. 3rd.
Yep, as they're coming to the flag stand, flagman getting the green flag out. As they cross the line, they will get the green, as Barron's still on pit road on my screen. Green flag, and wow, what a move by It's PT. He's going to gain a position there. Entering turn number 1 on Hossick. As does he hold a position? No, they're still side by side through turn 2. He's definitely going to get it here. No, still side by side. Very nice battle for 4th place, as now It's PT does get the position. As battle for the lead, Rita St. James now to the point, as that might be a team order thing. As now It's PT, probably with the strongest Honda we've seen, battling, actually being able to catch and battle with the Chevrolets at the front of the field. That's something we haven't seen from a Honda today.
Oh, looks like a little wobble there from Carlin. We'll see if this translates into loss of position. If this PT wiper backs off, as there's nowhere to go there. That's going to bring Hossick right back into it, I believe.
Hossick's already a second off. I think he's a little too far back to string in with these guys. But you got to give it credit where it's due. Ooh, that was a big wiggle. Got to give credit where it's due. It's PT has the strongest Honda I've seen today. He's been able to make passes, and he's keeping up with the 2 up front, which we haven't seen from a Honda.
And he's very fast in that POW racing Honda.
Ooh, wiggle there. Oh, that's enough.
That's definitely going to get Hossick up to him. He had the apron and the wall all one very hard hit. That's a lot of position.
It's just going to mess with somebody. Bear von Stosch giving us the official retirement, so Bear von Stosch will not win the Indy 500 today. So look back into the field, Twindy, last year's Indy 500 champion, sitting in 8th place at the moment. Not the run he wanted. He's had a very up and down day. The highest position I think he was in was 3rd, and then he's been back here in 8th ever since that.
Anger management also having an up and down day. He's been caught at the back of the pack at times, involved in a few yellow spins. Starting to make his way back up through the pack as he moves into the 7th spot. Right behind Tiernizl. Tiernizl's definitely had an up and down day. He's been up there leading and in the back of the pack all the way down to 12th or so, making his way back up. Hopefully they can get back up there and race it out, as it looks like Hossick has gotten around It's PT. Since PT had that big hit, and I think that let Hossick gain all the way back to him. But once again, out front, pulling away. The 2 Chevys of the JME bunch, Silver Verizon IndyCars, Rita and Carlin Hicks.
Yeah, these are definitely your 2 favorites if I were to give it to you. As we're, I think we're nearing halfway here at Indy. But yeah, these are definitely the 2 you want to look at. But It's PT, if he can just stick with them at the end of this race, I think he's going to have a shot to win this race.
Yeah, I think his best bet is to just stick behind Hossick and try and those 2 draft and not try and race each other and leapfrog. try and make up those 4 seconds. It can be done. It's still early in this event. We're just nearing halfway point.
Halfway was lap 64, my correction, so we are after the halfway point of this race. So if anything were to happen, I believe it would be official if people get discoed out of the room. So, right now Rita St. James your leader with Carlin Hicks second, Hossack third, it's PT fourth, and Aram Origins, as we're looking at him now, in 5th place. As caution on the speedway, I believe we have a car sitting off turn 2 on the inside from race control. Shane Kano. See if they let him get by him here. Nope. He will fall a lap down.
Shane Kano just really having his hands full today. He's gotten a lap down a couple times, got it back a couple times, but the driver from down under is really having his hands full in that car. As he gets lined up and tries to take his wave around.
No, they're going to put him to the back of the field here. As somebody just flew by. Might have been a lucky dog situation.
The what was roasted, the other black car.
So looking through the field, there's one shoe. He had a pretty good qualifying effort, thought he'd be a favorite to win this race. Isn't really showing it right now.
Here's the big surprise, pulling out that 5th place spot for the driver that's usually a mid-packer, but he's definitely not for the effort that he puts into it. He definitely tries very hard and just kind of coming to grips with the new software.
Yeah, he's for Tao Racing. His teammate, it's PT, up in 4th place, and his other teammate right now in the race, Twin D's, in 7th. So, looking at it as it is, you got to think that right now it's PT has the better of the 3 Tao Hondas in the field. He's definitely the one he can keep up with the 2 cars in the front right now. With Rita St. James and Carlin Hicks.
I believe the other 2 cars are Chevrolets here. They're on board with one shoe. He's driving a Chevrolet, and Indy also has a Chevrolet. So they're kind of split here. Looks like almost every car's coming in, one car's staying out.
I believe it's PT. Yes, he will move to the front of the field. So, strategy call by the Tao Racing to keep their main driver up front right now. As let's see who gets off pit road first here. See a yellow car. Tiernis, oh, that's, oh, Rita St. James just flew by everybody on pit road. So Rita now gets out in front of Hossack and Tiernizel. But that separates.
One hell of a run coming out of the pits, burning the tires. But it looks like Tiernis has made his way all the way back up. He has a great pit crew here. Everything he loses on the track is able to bring back in the pits. Yeah, they're very good at getting out of the pit stall. And, but Rita, flying pit stop, and even more flying off of pit road as she passes a lot of cars. Gets back up in the 2nd spot. Carlin Hicks, the big loser, out of pit road there. He falls back to 7th place.
Yeah, not a good pit stop there by Carlin.
We'll go ahead and ride along with Carlin as he tries to make his way back through, past these other cars in front of him. I don't think it's going to take him that long. We'll see how long it takes the Chevy Howard Dallara chassis. Penske and J&E cooperation here so they can make it back up to the front. We'll see what they can do.
Yeah, nice crowd on hand for the Indianapolis 500 as we're on lap 76. It's been a good crowd all week. for the time trials, for bump day, even for the race last night. There was a good crowd on hand.
A lot of good race fans here in Indianapolis.
As there is the green flag back underway. Nice move by Carlin Hicks to get to the outside of Aaron Origins. Let's see if he can hold it in a turn 1 up into the marbles. Very treacherous up there. So now he's going to try to sweep it there. Yep, there it is there. Oh, that's a wreck. That's a wreck. Oh. In the air goes... That was... It was a yellow car. Hosek, yes. Oof.
Big wreck for Hosek, and I believe...
Yep, 20. Huge wreck. So... Let's see. Carlin made up 1 position on that restart. Granted, the 1 position was... was Hosek.
He got around anybody. He was trying to get around Aaron Origins. The 2 cars in front of him wrapped him up, pulled him from 7th up to 5th. But he still hasn't really passed anybody. But passed, he went under a couple cars there.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Jeez.
I think everybody's back in the field here, and they're getting ready to go green again. We'll see what Kyle can do here.
Let's just stay on board. The number 12 Verizon Chevrolet has 1 to go this time. So this is helping its PT for sure, letting him save some fuel and tires. So, oh yeah, he's right there with the with everyone else fuel-wise. Well,
about 20 liters down, it looks like. But all these cautions are definitely helping his situation.
Yeah. I saw some 50s there, that's why I was like, well, he's right there. But nope, 66 liters on everyone else.
Let's see if Carlin and the number 3 Penske JME chassis will be able to push its way up there with the number 12 and the number 3 together, and see if they can make it around the 2 Benson Speed Equipment cars in front of them and try to battle with that TOW car at the front of the pack for its PT.
Yeah, you got to think though, Carlin Hicks and Colt are battling for a championship. We're getting that time of year, the time of the season where the championship battle starts to really ramp up. After Indy, it's pretty much balls to the wall for the championship. So we'll see if they actually help each other, or does Carlin leave him behind? So coming through turn 4, it's PT up at the front of the field, looking to stay in the lead as Carlin Hicks back in 5th place.
Right on his rear tail there, looking to push him up there. We'll see what happens with the 2 minutes. And
green flag is back out. Does Cole try to jump here? No, he doesn't. Lets him go. Then does he go to the outside in turn 2? That's the better question I have.
I don't think he will with this hard overtime as he head up on the outside.
Tiernizzle
again up in the fence and falling back. He definitely has his hands full in that 98 car.
Just when he gets to the front. Ooh. Carlin lets him go there. I think we have another caution. 1 shoe. Ugh. That's a shame. Not been having the Indy 500 he's been wanting. As 2 Tao teammates are the ones involved in that wreck. Don't want to be in that meeting, but I have to be, because I'm part of Tao Racing at the moment.
It could be a very happy meeting if we have XPT stay out front.
Yep.
But he is burning a lot of fuel, staying in that 6th or 2nd gear. And so he rolls around down the pits. If I was a crew chief, I'd be telling him to trip it into 6, try to save some of that fuel.
Yep. So we're lap 80 now of 128, so getting pretty close to that 100 lap mark. With 20 to go, that's going to be a crunch time.
definitely been a very exciting race. Nobody's been able to walk away with it.
That's Rita up in the fence.
Yeah, but it's been a very exciting race. Nobody's really been able to walk away with it other than the two silver Verizon IndyCars for Rita and Carlin. But even though cars are dismembered at this point and have cars between them, so it's beginning to be a very competitive Indianapolis 500. Lots of lead changes.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere.
You can see the our main commentators getting a little delirious tonight. It's been a long night.
It is 11 o'clock on the East Coast.
Getting up to 11, and he's going to turn into a pumpkin here in an hour.
I'm telling you. You know what? If we finish this race at midnight, I'm telling you, with the way the caution's been coming, we might finish this by midnight. So we would have been on the air, or on and off the air since 7 o'clock, so 5 hours we've been at this. Right now, 4 hours we've been at it, but if we get that done at midnight, it's 5 hours. Should have taken it 5.
I don't know if we're going back to green this time, it looks like.
I think we are. Everyone's in first gear, 75 miles an hour. This is definitely a green flag formation here. As its PT leads him down. He's in control of the field as, yes, the green flag is out. Back on the green here at Indy. So we're back in the field. Make sure nothing happens. As Rita not loses, but trying to go for the first place as its PT throws the hard block off of turn 2. Now he's throwing the block down the back straightaway, and now Rita gets really offensive. As now she power moved to the inside. Oh, Tierney. Caution's out.
Loses it to the corner. Tierney is not having a very happy race. Good, that's behind. That's galore in the back of the pack. Tierney just lost it all by himself again. He really got his hands full. He's got to make some changes to his weight jackers and anti-roll bars and try and make that car at least somewhat drivable. His pit crew gets him up there in the front, and then he just leaves it going through the corners.
Yeah, I know something's for sure. I know one driver is going to be very mad about that. It's PT. Because Tierney came into turn 3 and literally forced his way in there and then spun out in front of him, which is almost like a middle finger, so, in racing. So its PT's not going to be very happy about that.
Nope, he went from first to 8th in that lap. That's not what you want to do.
Nope. First to 7th as a position will be gained here.
Yeah, as we're waiting here on the caution, I want to give a big shout out to former Indy 500 champion who's making his way back to the SCL fold. Immortal Gooch just sent me a message and told me to tell you to quit singing. But Immortal Gooch coming back, he might make his return Sunday's National 300 here under the lights at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They're turning on the lights for us, and we should have an awesome stock car race here on Sunday night.
Tomorrow night's going to be a good race.
There we go. Yep, tomorrow night's the Laguna Seca Trophy race for the Camel GT cars. Should be, like you said, a good event here. We get ready to go green again. Got the whole field lined back up. There we do it.
Rita St. James and Carlin Hicks now back at the front of the field. That's not what the field wants to see. As we're coming down to get the green flag once again, as Rita really getting a good jump there on everyone else. Excellent restart by Rita St. James. As now Carlin's going to have to be on the defensive as Aram Origins, who had the pit road exit violation early, is up as, I think we have another, no, okay, there are sirens behind me. It sounded like a tire squealing in the game. Thought we had another caution. Twindy making a nice aggressive move there on its PT. So the last 3 laps, its PT has fell back from 1st to 9th. Jeez.
Might get past here. That slowed up Turismo, and looks like Twindy might be making his way up past. It's PT goes on the outside, 3 wide.
Ooh.
Huge move there for the 77 Lucas Oil Honda.
He's gonna make it stick.
Barely get the run. Yep, he's gonna, he's not gonna make it stick.
Yes, he is. He's gonna stay ahead though. No, he's not.
Yeah,
It's now 2 wide ahead of him.
battle down. That sucks Twindy into a great battle back here for the 7th position.
Slow cars on the inside. Ooh. That's been bad. It's Arab Origins. Oh, ooh, big wreck. Oof. It's anger management, tear nizzle. As it's a caution. Don't get up all the way next to the wall. What are you doing? Yeah, it's racing back to the line. Okay, there's no way that's a caution. There's no way that's not a caution. Those 3 cars.
Yeah. This hasn't been called over the other time yet, as now they're starting to back off before they roll.
No, they're not. Going 230, I'm gonna have to put the old message up. Be a good sport and call it for him.
Yeah, we're all talking now.
Okay.
See how the little mic's jumping up on the screen there from our view here, and I guess they didn't make another lap there before they called the yellow. There's definitely a big wreck, but it looks like we have Jeremy 1, 2, 3 in this event, as Ford has made his way back up into the 3rd spot, trying to get a good point stay for Jeremy car, as he might come out of here in the lead with points.
He might. Wouldn't that be nice for its PT? Ooh, ooh, ooh. What are we doing? I think we need to go over, I think we need to have a room talk about after caution procedures.
No, it's tough. Sometimes you're out there driving and then the car in front of you almost seems to slam on its brakes, so you have nowhere to go and you're getting rammed from behind.
Oh, I know. I'm joking around. I've done it a couple times in my career.
That could be the scariest part of the race is starting there. Looks like you got a couple cars, Shane O'Connor and Rusty, trying to get their laps back here, the 7 and 11.
Teammates.
As they go by and get one of their laps back. I think Shane O'Connor might be back on lead lap. Roast is still multiple laps down here.
Got a 1-2.
90th lap.
So 1-2 not having the race he wants as Rita St. James leads him around. Pits should be open this time by.
Rita and Carlin and Cold all out front. I think we're going to see a rash pit stops.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. As cameraman, what are you doing? As fake outs?
A lot of people are filling out. Looks like Windy.
PT's coming in.
XPT is the only one coming in out of the top drivers. 1 shoe following him. XPT probably wanted to make some adjustments on that car. 1 shoe needed the gas. He's down into the 41 liters. XPT's getting full of fuel and pulling off and tried to go back at it, make his way back up there as we're closing in on about 28 laps to go in the event. 38 laps.
Yeah, 38 laps this time, next time by, I'm sorry. 38 laps next time by as... Oof. It's under caution.
It's nice to hear, as 1 shoe is out here, And Twindy, nice to see some of the old SCL veterans making their way onto the new software. I've heard from a couple of them this week. Kip's hauling ass. As we gave him a little shout out during the bump qualifying. He's made his way, thinking about making his way over to the newer software, but we definitely like hearing from him in the message boards and commenting on the videos that we have here. I don't know if he's still following along with us or he's made it into the sack, but we'll definitely be watching this at some point. Watching the great action we have here at the Indy 500. But it's good to hear from Gooch too. Immortal Gooch, the veteran driver of the SCL. He's been around a long time, won his handful of races, and it's going to be nice to see him back here in the coming weeks as he tries to get a handle on the new software. Looks like they're coming down to get the green this time by.
That they are coming down to get the green this time by. Rita St. James, Carlin Hicks. Do we even need to say anything more about this race so far? That's pretty much been the way it's been. With a few drivers coming and going, it's PT being one of them. All the way back now in 11th after being in first not more than 10 laps ago. Rita St. James coming down to get him under green yet again here at Indianapolis. Green flag is out. As, ooh, we got some drivers making moves back in the back. They shouldn't be. I think that was It's PT. He hasn't made up any position, so he is clear. Has a big squeeze there by Aram Origins over Twindy. Oh! Oh! Oh no. Oh dear. That was bad. 15th gear, that really messed him up. You seeing that?
Yeah, I think guys might be going to input Chris on it for a checkup.
That 15th gear, I don't know. I was looking at the front of the field. Still green flag conditions, as that was a one-car incident. It looked like contact to me, but they haven't called it over the radio. Twindy and Aram Origins, yes, that's a caution.
I believe that might have been solo for Twindy. He got into the wall. But now everybody's spinning out because of it, trying to miss it, so that's definitely going to be a yellow flag situation. Some of these drivers having a really tough go at it as we get late in the race. You know, we get this late in the race. As you said, we've been at it for over 5 hours now, and a lot of people's nerves are wearing thin, and
Yep.
you might mess up by yourself, not even trying to, just kind of upset with everything as it's going, and especially if you're in the back of the pack now and it's lap 90, the race is wearing down, you know you're losing daylight, and you might not be able to make it back up to the front before the end of this thing. You start to see the inevitable fate of you finishing in the back of mid-pack and start trying to make things happen that probably shouldn't have happened, and you have issues. I mean, everybody gets tired and fatigue starting to set in after being here for so long. You know, we don't have professional drivers in our league. We've all had to go work a day's work and then come out here and race at night, so.
Is it on, does he have the time of day set to real time?
Yeah.
So it'll be
this event started at noon, so.
It's 4 o'clock now.
I don't know if we've been in this room for 4 hours.
Yeah, he hasn't restarted the room. We've been in the same room.
Yeah, but I think everybody returned to pit.
Right, but even if we restarted the race, it's still 4 hours ago. No, it's not. No, it's going on 3 o'clock now in the game, my bad. For a second I had a little... 7 o'clock was bump day. So yeah, no, it's going on 3 o'clock in the race. Yes, there's your leaderboard at the bottom. At least your top 5.
Roper making his final lap back up here as he tries to pull back on the lead lap with the rest of the drivers we have out here for the 10th running of our Indianapolis 500. It's been a good race in the beginning. There's a lot of green flag action. It's starting to get a little rashy yellow fever here as we get to the end of the race. Hopefully we'll get some more good green flag racing in, but you know, this first season on the new software,
Probably going to have more yellows this season than we're ever going to see on the software, so everybody just trying to get used to it, get everything down here. It looks like Rita's might be staying out. Carlin's bringing, oh, Rita's coming in. Tim hasn't thought about staying out. A lot of games we have played here, but it looks like everybody's coming down the road.
Anger Management's staying out.
Anger Management and its PT are staying out, along with Windy. So those guys are coming up to the front of the pack. It looks like it's going to be another BSE car leading the race with the Andretti BSE partnership. Anger Management pulling out to the front, staying out of the caution. With 43 liters left in his tank, don't think that's going to be able to make it all the way, but he's probably betting on quite a few more yellows. Probably pretty safe bets as far as we can see here.
So what's its PT fuel tank? It's got to be in the 50s.
The beauty here, we can take a look.
Oh, 63. Ooh.
Its PT made that. He was the only one to make a pit stop for that last time the pits opened up. So its PT is probably in the best position. He's starting here in third with a teammate behind him.
Yeah, still in the 40s for Twindy.
Yep, Twindy and Anger have about the same amount of fuel here. Its PT is probably in the best position here. He really played that pit strategy well as he came in. It looked like he might have made a misstep by coming in last time around. Right now it's got him up front. And we know he's got a fast car. We'll see if he can hang on to it here. I think his biggest thing is going to be trying to get around Anger Management. Anger has not shown speed, but he has shown during this event, so we'll see how long it takes him to get around and if he gets held up trying to get around him.
Yeah, one thing I haven't really talked about that I think we should talk about is the live track physics. So it's probably rubbered up the track enough on the high side there. But also in the turns where they're lucky they haven't really wrecked into the turns and bringing dirt onto the racetrack, so they're lucky for that aspect there. So coming down the front straightaway, this is going to be the green flag. This time by is Anger Management now. Going to bring him down to the green flag. That's around lap 92 of 128. If you're following home, now lap 93, so green flag is back out. As wasting no time as its PT moving down to the inside of turn 1.
Yeah, it looks like Anger Management got pushed up out of the grid there. He tags the wall, falls back. Windy's trying to make a move on the outside. It looks like now scooting down to the inside, trying to make a move on his own teammate. And it looks like Rita's making it too wide, trying to go through the middle, right through the eye of the needle there. And Rita St. James back out front. Those two very dominant Chevys for JME. That's 1 and 2. If we have
teammates, that's no caution. That's
well, nobody spun, just a wall rider. Tony was in the wrong place at the wrong time there. It gets really tight in the middle of these corners. As you guys know, there's a race there. But man, big turn of events there, and to no surprise, Arlen Reed out front and made a very decisive move on the start there. I can't believe Rita pulled that pass off, going 3 wide right through the middle, and pulling it off. He's one hell of a driver.
Yeah, that might be our move of the race in the post-race we'll talk about. If it does turn out to be that, as Cold now making his way to the top. Here's our points battle we've been wanting to see. Cold versus its PT, as now they head down the front straightaway. I think they're going to start drafting to catch these two up front.
Over 2 seconds back for this group as the 2 Chevys have pulled out a huge lead. Not a big surprise. Everybody behind them looks like we've got another pack of cars back here. Racing within a couple of seconds of each other. Aram getting up behind Tyrannizzle. Tyrannizzle's trying to catch up to its PT and Cold. But that is definitely a good points battle right there between its PT and Cold.
Honestly, I think they're drafting like the two front runners are, just to get up to the 2 front runners. Because you got to remember, the Chevy's punching a big hole for that Honda to keep up with them. So if they can draft up, they can draft up pretty nicely.
Yep, they're got their head on straight and thinking the right way right now. They just keep drafting, trying to get back up to those 2 Chevys. but I don't even know if 2 cars can draft up. You might have to have 3 or 4 to make it up to there. To those blazing fast bow ties.
Yeah. Right now, I think they're just hoping for a caution, to be honest, as Hasek has really had the day that no one wants to have after getting involved in that huge accident middle of the race. Now finds himself back in 9th place. So, not the day Hasek wants, as he's trying to battle with Shane O'Kano. And makes the pass. Ooh, anger management. That's by himself. Saves it against the wall.
Have to be riding along with him there as you see him overcorrected as he hit the apron, slid up into the wall, very hard hit. But he was able to keep it going here. As it looks like Daz is closing in on him.
And 2 Chevys in the front still opening up their gap as we speak. But surprisingly enough, Cold and its PT have been able to stay within the 3-second mark, as now it's 3.5 seconds between the two. Up for the front 2 and the second 2. Ooh, that loose car is not going to help it. And pushing up the track goes Cold. Here comes its PT saying, no, 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 let me go to the front and push this hole in the air. As Cold now falls in the line and tries to draft up behind its PT.
The 2 leaders are definitely not getting into those situations. They're just pulling away. Rita's holding a very pretty deal up front, and she's the lady with the lead foot. She's out there in front, and Carlin's just sitting there right where he should be, hanging in. These guys are going very, very fast. You can see they get up to 236 down the back straightaway. They go into 32 here. They're definitely getting after it, to say the least.
Yeah, so we're now past the 98 lap mark, so 20 laps to go here at Indy, 20 to go, as they head down into turn 1 yet again for the 100th time here at Indy. As now its PT has started to pull away a little bit from Cold. As the driver behind them is Tiernizzel, who's, I think, had the most up and down day out of anybody. Whenever he gets to the front, he gets pushed to the back, and then when he works his way up to the front again, he gets pushed to the back. Now settling in 5th place right now is Tiernizzel. As Aram Origins has had the day, I guess you could say a pretty good day, after having the pit road exit penalty early in the race, like lap 15, lap 20, and now it's worked his way.
We haven't had to talk about Aram too much. Really just kind of mind his own business here, trying to bring home the top 5 finish possibly.
Just looking up. As Twindy now really off the pace, 200. I don't know what that was about. Maybe he got loose and saved it.
Gearbox issue stuck in 4th gear there. Hopefully he doesn't shift into 5th. Twindy back to Hasek in 8th. He really wanted to have a good showing here. He's leading a lot of laps, being up front. Going to win both the Daytona 500 and Indianapolis 500, but that hope is slowly coming away here at the end of this thing. We got Shane O'Kano running in 9th place, and then Hydrax Cup number 11, IndyCar. And looks like he's having an okay day. It's made up with a lot of laps here on the wave around. Still trying to battle for it. These guys haven't given up yet. Looking pretty bleak for these guys too. We had Daz in that brightly colored IndyCar in 10th place, rounding out our top 10 field. 11th is going to be one shoe, as the whole field kind of gets really spread out right now. And hopefully we can keep it green all the way to the end, maybe even have a green flag pit stop. Watch everything up here. Roasters in 12th. The Greenmobile. He's about to get right by the leaders. We'll hang on to his view here and see what happens with the leaders trying to pass the Green car of Rosta.
Oh boy.
Oh. hits the wall, shoots down to the inside right before he gets past.
Oh no, 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 no. Oof. Alright guys, oh this is bad. Oh.
Heads up driving by those guys. Heads up driving by. Rosta not to slide down pit road backwards.
Yep.
The green is still out. That was very heads up driving by all those cars. Blasting in on him at over 200 miles an hour if he stopped.
Yeah, if no one at home knows, if you go down backwards down pit road, you're automatically disqualified, so... And that's not us doing that, it's the game telling you you're disqualified, so you don't want to do that. If you wreck backwards, we don't care. But... He's looking to the front of the field again. It's PT in third. Still a good ways way back behind the two Chevys who have dominated this event.
Nizzle making his way up. He's in 5th place. He's looking to get up around Cold. And FGP, Nizzle's probably got one of the fastest cars coming from the back of the pack. If he can hold on to it, hopefully he's got his jacking and his anti-roll bars settled out. So he's got a good setup in the car. I'll take a couple laps along with him here and see how it's driving.
Yeah, if he can just get up to these two up front, he may be able to battle / draft with them. I think 3 cars, maybe even 4 if anger management stays in tow, might be able to catch those 2 Chevys up front. But 8 seconds is a lot to make up in time starting to wither away here.
As you said, it's getting late in the race, coming up on 20 laps to go. It looks pretty smooth. He's still getting kind of tight coming off of the corners, it looks like, for Nizzle. Look from Air Origins, you can see he's getting very close to the wall coming up off the corner. Not really taking super low line through the middle of the corner. But he is quick. He's been able to make up a lot of time on these guys as he's reeling in 3rd and 4th place, Cold, and FPT.
Yeah, he's been on a pretty smooth wheel these last couple laps. If that could, if he can just gain it, because he's now a 1.5 seconds behind Cold. That's not helping him there as they come off turn 2. As they're approaching lap down cars, this might help as Twindy now hits the pit lane. So Twindy hitting the pits.
Fade out along with one shoe. Say one shoe. As pit. Twindy got a full tank of fuel here, might be able to ride out these last 20 laps. And that full tank, he can definitely make it from here out, so Twindy short pitting might be a good strategy to move up out of that tank position even higher once the cars start dropping off into the pit if we have green flag pit stops. A big F here at this track for the way these cars handle.
It's Cold now getting a good draft down the backstretch.
He tried to break the draft a little bit, it looks like, but Cold's right there, sucking it up as he can. And, 2 lap cars in front of him. Again, there's 2 lap cars.
Anger management and Hossack. Yeah, but it's been a pretty good race so far, if you want to be technical. I mean, not one of the most exciting Indy 500s we've ever seen, but nonetheless a very good race. As how did no? I'm not believing what I just saw.
Oh, we got cars taken into the pits. Yeah, that was a big wreck waiting to happen. Anger management got up into the wall, hold on to it up there. And I don't think those guys knew which way to go for a second now.
Cold's lost a lot of time. No Hossack looking to pass.
Not Rosa, that's Daz.
That's really off the pace, 181. As I think something's...
Oh, he was going super slow. Looks like he might have been thinking about getting into the pits. Him and Cold have hit each other.
That's caution.
Just flipped up on his roof on the first straightaway. I don't know what he was doing. He was super slow. He let Twindy get I believe it was Twindy get underneath him, and or it's PT got underneath him. I get those cars confused.
Can't come in. Pit road's closed. Okay.
Big hit there. That was very big. Big moment. I don't know what he was doing. He should have got right down to the inside of the track, but he hesitated, waited too long. Ford tried to move down low.
I don't think it was intentional, and it definitely wasn't intentional.
I think he was thinking about trying to get down to the pits, but he wasn't sure if there was cars coming underneath him still, as there was, as he made his move.
Yeah, but definitely a.
Classic and the 21 car, once you pick it away.
Alright, well, definitely a big moment of the race for two reasons. One, it's a caution, which is always a big moment, but now we're getting down to it. That's a big moment for none other than its PT, Aram Origins, and Tierney.
Anger management needs to pit. He's very, very long field.
Yeah, but if he pits and no one else does, he could make it.
I think everybody's coming in. It's going to be a very busy pit road with the leaders 25 and 26 respectively.
This might be your money stop.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be the money stop. I don't think anybody has enough fuel to stay out. Possibly Cindy, but he's getting his lap back right now, so he won't be able to make up any by staying out. Cindy might be able to make it all the way. Possibly once you're going to need another caution. It's good to make it through engines. They're not going to be able to pit right now.
Nope. So, as we go on board with Carlin Hicks, a money stop at Indianapolis as we get near the end of this Indianapolis 500. As I said before, a pretty good one, to be honest. A lot of cautions, but the racing nonetheless has been very exciting. What do you think? Has this been a good Indy 500, or has this been one of those lock away in the closets?
Yeah, it's definitely been an eventful 500. A lot of action, a lot of crashes, a lot of good racing. Two cars that have shown a lot of speed. Obviously, Carlin and Ruda been up front, working together very well. We just have to see how it all turns out here. Looks like those are the first two off the pit road again, so it's going to be very hard to pass those two. Ruda and Carlin.
It can be done. We've seen its PT do it once today, so it can definitely be done, but it's not going to happen the way its PT had a pit stop there. He lost one position to Aram Origins.
I think the big story is Cole stayed out under this pit road. And I don't know if he's going to be able to make it with 22 liters, but he stayed out with 15 laps to go.
I think he's hoping for that caution you were talking about there, Johnny. He might be banking on caution here. So you saw.
Could be big in a points day.
Oh yeah, that's another reason he might have stayed out too, was points.
So when a XPT who came in the pits, filled all the way up, so XPT can definitely make it all the way to the end. Got Aram Origins sitting in fourth, steadily moving up. And we'll see what happens here with the DOT driver. Like I said, he's been running a pretty clean, conservative race, hasn't been getting in any issues. But this is Aram's time to shine as we get down to the end of the race.
Yeah, as we're looking at Cold up front.
You gotta make it happen now.
Absolutely, we're getting down to that point of the race, lap 113 of 128. So Cold leading him off turn 4. He's hoping for caution after caution like we saw in the middle of this Indy 500. That would definitely help his chances as he moves down the inside. Trying to get him down to the pit wall, more likely. To block that inside run. But coming down to the stripe, going to get the green flag with just over 10 laps to go on lap 114. So green flag out in the air. We're back underway as he goes and defends the inside.
So Haas got into the fence there, kept it straight. I
could have been a big.
Oh
big
no!
wreck.
Oh no!
It was a big wreck. It was a big wreck.
I think that was Johnny Benson, not Johnny Benson, Carlin Hicks in a wall. Oh my gosh!
It's still wrecking back there.
So
Look for me, I ain't wrecked yet.
So the two favorites have wrecked out there. Rita St. James and Carlin Hicks both wrecked. And
wrecked.
guess who's your new leader? It's PT. So,
wow, definitely
big implications.
As they say, cautions breed cautions. You get everybody packed back up. You have a long green flag stretch there, and I think if it wasn't for Daz making that pit road incident, it would still be green.
Yep. Man, see, that's not... Cole didn't want to see that because he's lost a ton of positions after that. And if he would have been up in the front, this might have helped him out because he wouldn't have those two Chevrolets behind him as two teammates. So...
Not gonna have a chance to pit either.
Nope, because we're going back to green this time by, more than likely. As right now we are in football, you would call it accelerated clock. We're in accelerated race mode right now. As I believe it is...
Isn't all racing accelerated?
No, I'm saying like skipping the pit road after we just had that caution. So it's 11:30 right now on the East Coast. Definitely gonna get this done today, not tomorrow, but today.
And look at he has made it up in the second position.
Jeez, wouldn't that be a story?
No, they're going Shane out, up in the second position. And I think Tierney might have something to say about this before it's all over with.
Wow, this is...
Indy in fourth place. He has some lap traffic between him and everybody else.
Well, this is going to be very interesting. You couldn't write a better script to end this Indy 500. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. As It's PT now leads him.
13 laps to go.
Yep. Down to the line. Green flag back out here in Indy as the car hits the outside wall. It looked like one of the Verizon cars. There's more hitting the wall in the back. Big gaggle of cars there in turn one. There's our... Ooh! Hossack. That's a single car wreck. So Carlin and Rita now have to start making their way through this field, which isn't going to be easy the way they're going to be battling, as they did call. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like he got spun. That'd be hard to do a single car wreck with that much violence force into the outside wall. This Hossack really needs to get his ducks in a row here. I bet you some of these guys better hope it's not caution after caution after caution, because they're going to have to make a pit stop at some point.
Yeah, and this isn't helping Rita or Carlin because the more laps they do under caution, the less time they have on track at high speed to make passes. So this is hurting their chances as Carlin now in...
really cold and need the pits.
Yeah, they're really down on fuel, aren't they? Yeah, they are. So Carlin and Rita now tagged up again at the back, fifth and sixth respectively. I don't know, it's getting pretty late in this race to do anything big, but we've seen them get to the lead in 3 laps, so they still have a shot. If you're a Rita St. James fan or a Carlin Hicks fan, they still have a shot in this.
It's like these car drivers are trying to scrub their tires a little bit, get all the dirt and debris, marbles off of their tires as they weave it back and forth. Get ready for this restart. We're hoping it's the final restart here with almost 10 laps to go.
What's our magic number?
To save off cautions, breed cautions. I believe it's 124.
Alright, is that
124 to do one on your yellows?
Yep. So Some of these drivers are hoping they open the pit lane because they're going to need the pit.
They're not going.
Nope. Like I said, we're in accelerated clock mode. As people like Rita St. James, it's almost, geez, what is it, almost 6, 7 o'clock in the morning now over there in England? Jeez.
Yep, sun's coming up, roofs are going.
Yep. As they head towards the line, getting ready to get the green flag. Flag it, man, we'll wave it. Green flag in the air. As, wow, that was a bad start by, I believe it was Shane O'Kano there. And anger management. I think those are... No, that wasn't Shane O'Kano. Those are just lap down cars in the center there. So now this opens it up as battle for the lead up front. It's PT getting challenged by Shane Tiernizzle. Oh boy. As Rita and Carlin now trying to battle their way to the front. It's going to be tough here. Got a lot of drivers defending here. They don't want to lose the position of these guys. Because they know it's over if they do.
If Tiernizzle can stay out in front, he might have it. Starting to pull away for its PT by over 3/10 of a second.
You know, I'm honestly surprised there's no blocking like in years past in this race. Whoa!
Passed by Carlin there. Solo spin by one shoe.
As there is a... Oh, no. Oh dear. Who's out up in the fence? It's a Dune car. I think that's Rosta. So, caution back out.
Going back. Yeah, you got a lot of these slower cars up in the front. The anger management, Rosta, Shane O'Kano. Cars that haven't been up in front all day, you get them up in the front late in the race, and that's just causing issues. Slower cars going back, faster cars going by, and then you have contact. But right now, Tiernizzle holding pretty well out in front. He's able to get the lead.
Yeah, but they don't like what's behind them now.
Some of these cars are going to need the pit. Let's see where we are. One sheet at 13, house at 13. Gold at 12.5. He might be able to make it.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
He's just trying to get a point stay out of this now. His tires are nowhere near what's up front.
Yeah, for his closest points competitor.
It's in second right now. Second and third.
We want to take a look at something interesting here, the oil temperature in these cars. Tiernizzle's out in front, his oil's set to be very cold at 167 degrees Fahrenheit. The car right behind him with the PT is all the way up to 184, and if we check in here with cold, he's all the way up to 190. So it looks like these Chevys might be running a little bit hotter. The JME Chevy Penske motors might be running a little hotter. I don't know if Tiernizzle is up to its operating temperature, but definitely something to look at.
Yeah, definitely something to look at as they come through turn 4. As we're getting down to it now, coming to 8 laps to go here in tonight's Indianapolis 500 crunch time. And you know what? As they do open the pits this lap, so we will have our final round of pit stops more than likely. Another thing I was going to state was in years past, we've had in this race, if you've ever attended or tried to watch an Indy 500 in Gran Turismo, at this point in the race, man, you would have everyone on the inside line, a single file, blocking and chipping, and you haven't seen that tonight.
You just can't have that kind of racing with this game. This game takes a lot more skill, I believe, to drive these cars. You've seen some of our best drivers just lose it up front. It takes a lot more skill, and you just can't get as close to other cars. You know, it's not flat out the whole time and pushing each other around the track like it was in Gran Turismo 6. It's more of a skill to drive these cars and try and work your way up through the pack as everybody is trying to handle on the cars as they can. So I think it's better racing.
It is better racing, but You just gotta think these blocks, they're gonna be starting to come. And just like last year, we saw some huge blocks. I got blocked really hard on the final lap last season. I almost won the Indy 500, but got blocked pretty hard by the NWC Freak. So maybe going to be starting to see these big blocks being made here.
Interested to ride along with Rita for the start here. We started this event with under 10 laps to go. Let's see if she can work her way up, slice and dice through the pack like she has been, and take the lead and get her first Indianapolis 500 win. She's a U.S. 400 champion in the IndyCars with one win under her belt in the IndyCars. She's been class of the field all day, and I'm really interested to see what she can do here at the end.
Yeah, she's been to these times very, very often in these races, especially Indianapolis. She's always seemed to be up front at the end as the green flag is back out, and we'll see what kind of moves the two Verizon cars can do as PT throws a big block into turn 1. Now he's going to go after Tierney. As one car gets loose, that's cold. Oh my, that's a invisible wall.
Somebody hit it very hard back there.
So we have a caution. Not yet. I think one might have been called. I think they're just racing back now because they know what lap it is. We're not near that magic number yet. There it is.
It could have been a single car incident, but it looks like they are backing off. Blowing down.
Oh, don't go on the pit road.
XXII piles back in behind Tierney. Tierney did a great job of holding on to it there, and XPT, those guys held back the two Charger Chevys. See what they can do here. They didn't make up any positions on that run.
Yeah, it's
getting down to no more yellows, so I think as soon as we go back to green here, it's
yep.
We'll restart.
Yeah, this is going to be the last caution.
Really interesting to see Colin and Rita can make their way back up to these guys. It's like Hoffick made his way back up to 7th place.
Oh boy, that's...
Having a great late race run here for Shayna. Definitely interested to see what's going to happen here.
As we are live on the SCL Racing Network. If you're just joining us or watching the replay, we're coming down to it as I don't know if that's retaliation in the back. I think it was just no. Well, he wasn't the aggressor in that situation. It was the car back. So we'll see about that later.
I don't know that he's aggressively taking people.
As we are coming to get the green and the final green, so will be called the pink flag will be waved here, which means no more cautions. Yeah, something better than that.
I believe it's a chartreuse.
Is it? They're coming down for the restart, green flag in the air, and that's it. No more cautions in this Indy 500. It is green to the finish. It's hard charging Carlin Hicks now, as there it is. There's the block to the inside we've been waiting for. As they're going to try to go to the outside, ain't going to get it done. Now here come the blocks and the moves. What happens?
First forward pulled away from there, Morgan and Hoffick. And let's see what they can get done. They're slicing and dicing here, trying to hold those Chevys back. Tierney just slides up a little bit. Rita in the wall hard. We'll see if Aaron Morgan can catch up to Rita. That might be all she wrote for Rita. She gets up into the fence hard. Looks like Tierney might have tagged the fence there. We have a battle for 2nd place as Carlin trying to make it to the inside of XPT.
Oh, he gets loose.
Carlin almost loses it in the dirty air.
Rita gets back to him now.
Really gets back to him now. Those guys are all pulling away still from the 5th place. Very decisive racing here as these people are reeking and jiving for these top spots here. They all want to win the 500. We can blame them.
Tierney.
All all this racing is bringing Tierney out further and further in front. As its PT is looking very hard to make a pass on, and she is all over the place trying to block and do everything.
Oh, big block.
Big block, but it was a little too late for that second block.
Don't know if it's going to work into turn one. Dirty air, still side by side. Rita's there.
Tierney was just pulling away.
Oof. That Chevy power on that backstretch.
These guys racing side by side is not good, and Rita and Carlin getting hooked up if they can here is not going to be good. But Rita gets
Carlin's not clear.
Carlin gets pushed a little bit by its PT, pushes Carlin off the track. Carlin is clear of his PT now, but he is in the fence again, starting to slow down. Rita lost everything in that dirty air.
Oh boy.
Carlin.
2 laps to go.
Making a run on its feet on Tierney's here.
Cold in the pits.
Chevrolet versus Honda.
Cole cannot make it, he's in the pits.
That's going to be a bad points day for Cole as we ride along here with its PT.
Tierney's not throwing a block. Very surprising.
Yep. Carlin's making a move down low.
Oh!
It's loose in the video.
Here comes PT. Oh, shuts the door on him. Oh, big block.
Great racing here at the front of the field.
White flag.
They're still pulling out with the white flag in the air. I'm sure these guys' heart was beating like crazy as they try to race for this win here.
Oh boy.
The dirty air is not letting these fast Chevrolet and Honda get up to Tierney.
Can Tierney end this the way he wants to? Now he's blocking. Now down to the inside. Now to the outside. Now back down to the inside. Here comes Carlin. He's going to throw a block, definitely. Block that inside, down the outside. Nope. Where's PT? Oh, PT's no. That's it. That's it.
Coming off the fourth and final turn. Carlin's going to make one more run here.
That's all she wrote.
But Tierney is going to win the Indy 500.
Wow.
All right.
What a finish. I think that's the finish we were hoping for right there.
Tierney wins the greatest spectacle in racing. Hell of a race. All 3 of those guys were battling it out. Clean driving by all 4 of them up there. As we didn't see what happened in the back of the pack. There was too much damn action in the front. As Tierney pulls off the win, BSC Napa car is going to victory lane, and he's going to be drinking some milk.
That he is. I mean, jeez.
Boys.
Absolutely amazing. So here's your final results as they come up on the board. Tierney getting it done. The last couple weeks and last couple races, he's been just absolutely unstoppable.
This race, it's been an up and down race. He was wrecked many times, spun out, hitting the wall. Looks like he couldn't even drive that car halfway through the race. Pulled it off.
Carlin couldn't get it done. It's PT. Good points day for him compared to Cold. So was Carlin. So Cold, not your points leader anymore. Rita St. James, just like last year, close but no cigar for her. She's still looking for her first Indy 500 win. Aram Origins finishes 5th. Hofsick finishing 6th after running pretty well up front during the day. Twindy having a pretty mediocre day in 7th place, respectively. Shane O'Kano, who was up in 2nd place on that second to last restart, finishes 8th. 9th is One Shoe after starting 5th, so a couple of positions lost during the race for him. 10th is Cold after pitting late in the race. Okay, that's nice. As I'm going to take some bites out of my trail mix I have here. It is 11:45 on the money, so race ending at 11:43.
Got you a couple of suggestions in there, and hopefully you can invite these people in. We'll get a victory lane interview with Tierney. Great driving by everybody tonight. We'll get our top 3 finishes in here and have a little chat with them after the race. One hell of an Indy 500, even with as many cautions as they were. They raced it out at the end. That was great. Great race. Way to pull it off there for Tierney. Very exciting. And Carlin tried to make a couple of moves there. He even made a really ballsy move to the outside.
but the dirty air and everything else got him. He just started sliding up. I thought he might be able to make a move to the outside. He thought he might be able to make a move, but he just overcooked it going through the corner there. He was able to hold on to it, held a very pretty wheel at the end, and got the victory. Great job for the BSE driver, and we're all very proud of him. That's BSE taking home the Daytona 500 and the Indianapolis 500 victory this season.
Yep. Very good race.
That was crazy again.
Yeah, it was. It was. Absolutely. Man, oh man. What's that? Oh, am I the party owner? Oops. Hold on. I didn't know. I'm sorry.